few European names in this group.
Yeah, and I think by the time we get to the tail end of Group D, the winner of this matchup may be a determining factor for who we're going to see within the playoffs or not. NIP getting absolutely dismantled yesterday. Holy moly, first bullet out of the pistol there, straight onto Hampus, down to 9 points of health. More bullets landing, and Device is low too. The first blood is drawn by Rez, and the 1x bet odds are still just favoring the Ninjas. With a 4-on-5 disadvantage for Entropiq. I don't hate it considering the HP we're looking at here.
No, me neither. And LNZ going to be responsible for calling that out, tucking into Goose. Rez would love this frag, and he's got it. Nickelback being down, he can focus his attention towards this short aggress, and Forrester goes looking. He does deliver. More to be found. Plopski's USP good for one. Lackey eliminated. And now all on to Ellie, and he's sharp, but not ready for the 90-degree turn into Hampus. Okay, NIP will take the pistol. Excited to get a bit of Dust2 action going. We've been doing a lot of Mirage and a lot of Inferno.
Yeah, and I think considering, you know, Dust2 is one of these maps that it could be very, very snowbally, right? If teams are really just pumping out with those long spawns, the CT sides taking those fights, we might have a very high flux game here on our hands. Entropiq are going for the Deagle Force. Elian is gone with Kevlar and nothing else here. So he... Oh, never mind. There was a scout for him. I spoke way too soon. I was going to say maybe he's hoping to pick up a Deagle from one of his dead teammates or a rifle that they can scavenge for him. But yeah, eyes on Elian here. Now, Yanko was talking about some of these names. We've had the pleasure of casting them in different moments over the last 2 and a bit years now. Elian is the standout alongside of Forrester, and they're out mid a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's always an interesting battle, isn't it, between proving you can take the control and not losing to any CT re-aggression. That is a nice tag, though, out of the Alien Scout early. Rez is going to be on notice for the rest of this.
That's good info as well right there. They know one was fighting from the B hill side, and now they know that Hampus was close towards spawn as well. So this might thrust Entropiq in to go for an A finish, knowing that Hampus should be down towards spawn. Now it's all down to the timing here, and Hampus had a chance.
Yeah, falling apart for NIP. Sure, you got the B lurk, but you've got 2 players up against 4 on this site. It just takes one Deagle. One Deagle doesn't seem to be enough. They can't break Device. He denies. A great spray out of the UMP, and some upgrades found as well.
It takes one Deagle. It only takes one UMP apparently there. So locks it down, gets to the second round, and throws Entropiq down to what should be a conservative purchase. They'll be ecoing here for the 4th round of play, and this is NIP's chance to just farm up some kills. Now look, Device yesterday during that Liquid game, he was probably the only player who was standing out to win rounds single-handedly. It feels like everybody else on NIP a little bit flat. I think we need to be looking to Rez to be the 2nd star of the team.
Yeah, and if they go out here and just absolutely demolish, like, I'm ready to write it off as ring rust.
Sure.
Like, I am totally happy to just sweep that first game under the rug and dismiss it as simply just them getting back out of the break, getting back into the officials, getting into the workflow again. But that would require, you know, a real bang out here. Because don't forget, Entropiq are no slouch. And it's actually my first opportunity to see them in this constellation. We've seen these names floating around, Chad. I think a couple of them, Crad, Forrester. I remember us meeting and drinking with in Berlin.
Yes.
That was during the qualifiers for the Berlin Starlight Major of 2019.
Yeah, they had Sviat, they had Speedak, and I'm going to
Great memory.
Flit.
Whoa,
was it Flit?
It was Flit,
or was
Crad,
Flit
Forrester.
No, wait, maybe Flit was on 4s the whole time.
Was he on 4s? He wasn't on 4s the whole time.
Crad. Damn, I'm just one short. Let me have a Google.
Nickelback?
No, Nickelback I think was from Prosto 100.
Craddy boy, speaking of the devil, he's out long, and you can see Forrester just playing anti-flash, staring at the floorboards. So not a fun role for Hampus to have to play. He's responsible for long with only a silenced M4, and our observer team are right to be jumping to Device and LNZ because they've got a wealth of information now. He's already working on the fast flank. This is a component of Dust2.
I'm still curious how they deal with it, right? Even though they have the door closed right now behind Entropiq, it's more about how are they going to deal with it. Because it's one thing to know they're long, you still have to deal with the cross. You still have to deal with them taking the site.
So Plopski and Device have kind of cleared short, or will be doing so shortly. On the cross, they all jump over the res spray. And they're into the site, at least the first step. Plopski's making it difficult, and just through the incandescence of the flame, Krad's good for 1, and another in the feed as well. Bomb put loose by the Molotov, and another across. 2 on site's the call, and Rez not allowed to retreat. That's a big frag for Krad to post. Ellion's been waiting. Oh, and a miss. A huge miss. And an upgrade for LNZ. He's a threat now. Both of them under scrutiny, but no, just in the blind spot. Crad times it to perfection. And Device surely not going to go for this. He has a look, couple of bullets. Half health, would love the AWP and has managed to scavenge that away.
Get on out of there, hold on to the big green, Dever. Yeah, so just quickly, it was Speedak, Crad, Forrester, Sviat, and Kinky. That's right. We had to tell him what his name meant in English.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, okay. So there we go.
They had a little giggle.
Yeah. That was that was a lifetime ago now, but like that, it was 2019, middle of the year, actually just before the player break, right? It was just before the player break we had that event, and then we came out of the player break with the major. So spent a lot of time in Berlin that year.
Absolutely, yeah, no, I remember it fondly.
And then I think it was early last year when we had the RMRs, the Road to Rio RMRs, where it was you, Henry, and myself casting from this very room. We got to see Lackey and Elian. And really get to see what they were possible of back then.
Yeah, I mean, I remember my first impression of Elian, like no word of a lie, the first time I'm casting him, the first time I've heard his name, and he was looking like straight up one of the best AWPers in existence.
It was just wild, wasn't it?
Yeah, he had like a nuke game and I was just in disbelief. He looked dodgy. Like he actually just looked like a complete, like someone that beats me on Face-It every night, you know?
I'm curious, was Hobbit on the team at that point, right? Because obviously we've had different versions of Windstrike, right? We've had the one with Boomich, we've had the...
Was there a Hobbit iteration?
Yeah, Hobbit was there for a small period of time. And if it was early 2020, which I think it was too. It would have been, I think, Hobbit, Krizen, Lackey, Elian, and maybe Bondic.
Oh, now that... So Bondic got off the plane from China and...
I think... I'll have to check. Like I can go back and I can check, right?
But yeah, that sounds like they've seen a lot of different names through the door.
Yeah. Okay, we're just having a bit of a tech issue, guys. So I know that we're waffling on right now, but for once, there's an actual reason to be talking about something.
Yeah, but I mean, I have an interesting one as well. What is the sense bug? I've never heard of that one. Do we have a bug where your sensitivity changes? Oh, no, not really.
Mate,
I mean, not that I've encountered,
bug, yeah. I don't know.
There's the, what do they call it? The inaccuracy bug?
Inaccuracy bug?
Yeah, they were talking about it. You acknowledged it
with
before.
the crouching.
Crouching, releasing crouch or releasing walk.
This pops up on Reddit every now and again.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's a bit interesting.
Yeah, that's like for everybody, I think. Yeah, so I don't know what this one is that they're talking about right now. Curious. Maybe we'll have to ask some aficionados.
Watch out though, because your teammates will be using it as an excuse. Oh, sorry, I had the sense bug. Yeah, sorry. Oh,
everyone's favourite.
DPI, mate. It's all out of whack.
So I did have a look. It was Hobbit, Elian, Krizen, Lackey, Bondic.
Damn.
So an odd team.
That was
considering where Hobbit is now.
2020, you said?
Yeah, early 2020.
Damn, and now look at him. That Gambit youngsters roster didn't know what was coming. It was a Hobbit. And I can't make any more Lord of the Rings references because apparently our viewer base...
Well, if they ever have a...
bit younger than I anticipated.
Oof.
Ouch! Ooh, excuse me, what was that?
I don't know, where did that come from?
That was the sound I make when I catch nades, I suppose.
Okay, that one peaked a little bit right there.
Did.
Sorry, everybody.
And he's going for the cheeky fallen headshot angle. Nothing to report. Elian's in, and I think they might have the sight. Hampus has got so much on his plate. Does very well to get one on the way in. And unfortunately for Plopsky, Elian is on one. He can do it all. I think they might have to just concede already.
Not another save call here. I guess it's the right play. The bomb will be going down momentarily. They've been able to disparage NIP from even contesting this, and they're going to go lock themselves away in the tower that is the B bomb site.
All right.
Well, they're hiding the AWP as well there, so you see that housekeeping going on the site. It's just so that the AWP of the secondary nature can't be scavenged back by any pesky ninjas. That's a good one out of Entropiq. They're very reactive stuff. And they are the dark horse of this group. Now, like we've been speaking, Yanko said that just the sheer amount of matches that they've been playing in the similar amount of time frame compared to NIP, it's over double. So with that, you know that these guys have been going through the reps. The only thing that is the differentiating factor is going up against tier 1 teams in the spotlight of being in Pro League, right? So as long as they can keep their nerves curbed, online environment should be able to help with that, and we might see another CIS team really making a mark here. Obviously, Fours did well in their group. We all know we got Gambit as well, Na'Vi, top of the charts right now. Virtus Pro and Spirit did not get across the line, so I guess we need some CIS replacements, and why not these guys? I
mean, CIS is just, it's stacked with talent, isn't it? It's absurd when you think about just how many individuals have promising games and moments.
So many AWPers as well.
Yeah, definitely. Power, a free agent as well. Speaking of fours earlier. Yeah, Crad booked. No!
Saved.
He's been saved. Forrester bails him out of trouble. They're both in the smoke. The bullets are in the right place. And they do combine, but as the dust settles, it's down to Device. If they do choose to commit, Device is responsible for all of this, and there's still a smoke up, so they could be in pit. That uncertainty's led him into a much wider line. He's tucking in just. Oh, dear.
Not just.
Alien's there in time.
Anything but just. Oh, and the flash as well. They're happy just to mix up the way they want to contact across here.
He'd do well to find Elian. Elian's just prepared. I think we're going to be having him on form as well. That's 2 influential rounds out of his AWP. 2 for 2. And as are Entropiq.
Now, I know this is very, very early days here, and I don't even mean within the context of this map. I just think with NIP, with the revolving door of the 5th man, seems to be something that's plagued NIP for almost their entire existence when you go back and you think about Fifi, Alu, the constant changing of the guard over there. But this is obviously a completely different roster, a completely different look. One of the concerns, I think, like Rez makes sense, Hampus makes sense, Device makes sense. I think we need more out of Plopsky.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when he was the most influential member of a NIP for like a period of 6 months. And it did synchronize with the Krieg.
Yeah, because we're not expecting, like, unless... Okay. Well, that's a lovely find. That was a team flash as well right there. You can see Nickelback.
That's the dreamiest Molotov for Hampus. He has full vision and the element of surprise. He wishes someone had pushed on it and has nothing to report on his look. Now flashes through the doors, a little wild step. They're being a bit lazy about this. Oh, and Lackey was responsible for the bomb and the short push. Could fall apart here for Entropiq. Counting on Crad, could get overwhelmed, and potential certainly is there.
Oh,
that's
handled.
the opener. He's got the B site now, and Nickelback should have Hampus dead to right. 1 bullet shy of the mark. They're so low. 40 points of health between them, still playing together in the trades. Iron out for Nip. Device is the one to post the final frag, but yeah, complete brawl.
Yeah, that was a nice round. High intensity there. You have to really just look to Hampus. A couple of banger shots. Great shooting here. So the flash comes on through. Gets the first. And this was, they were trying to mop things up, right? Unfortunately, the bomb went down as it was trying to go through lower tunnels. They were trying to get them over as quickly as possible. And that gap pipped. Problems now is we do see Entropiq afford another buy, but NIP get away with one they likely shouldn't have.
Did I miss a memo? Is Threat no longer with Nip? Is he with Nip?
He's with Nip.
Okay. Didn't see him. Maybe I'll keep my eyes out. We're on Threat Watch. Want to see if he's behind the boys as he typically was.
RPK did just announce his retirement, though.
He did, and a merch store as well, if you want to give the tank a send-off. Alien working on his mid-fight. And you can see that Rez is playing the most passive approach. He is very vulnerable. His teammate goes down like that. Ah! Fully blind, doesn't choose to engage.
Still have the info though, don't they? Right, Rez has a pretty good idea that they're not completely out mid just yet. He's staying posted quite aggressively.
Yeah, and their reaction is to send Device long, which puts a lot of pressure onto Plopsky. We talked about him and perhaps needing to see a little more. 7 frags, solid haul so far. Good nade as well, chipping away. Oh, one's very ahead of the pack. It's going to be Forrester leading at the front. Peek out, Plopsky set up for success, just the one. And Device needs to find another on this cross. 3 members to get across. It's Elian versus Device, and a tag into the shoulder blade puts Elian on notice, trying to finish the job. Device closing the gap, and he's going to have to do a whole lot more than that. Oh, and they're ready for him. It comes too easy. From behind, they strike Lackey late on long. And Linus got nothing to say or do about this.
Yeah, this will just be trying to hold on to the AUG right now. So Entropiq, even though they lose against the pistols, they respond. It's a nice round, good patience, right? I enjoy the fact there that they didn't rush it, they didn't offer themselves up to the Device, allowed that flank to come in. Communication, a key factor here in hiding the AWP again. So they're really doing their housekeeping. Hooch is going to be happy. Oh, and he won't even get to hold on to the AUG there. So Crad denying the escape. He's going to get his 8th kill, his 3rd in the 8th round of play. And now we're setting our sights on what NIP can offer on up here. The money is all over the place. You've got Device. He's able to buy. Everybody else not enough money whatsoever. So knowing that the deals worked before, maybe that will lull NIP into going for a force buy here. Device has purchased one of the hand cannons, and I think that's it. So just USPs for everybody else. Oh, and tagged Hampus very, very low early. More to follow. It's a shooting gallery in mid right here.
Yeah, he's having some fun, getting tested, and he gets 3 for his troubles. So Elian passes his deathmatch warm-up.
Yeah, it's a nice way to warm the AWPer up in mid, isn't it? Just be like some buzzards, just allow him to pop your heads off.
Little headshot angles, so he really gets to be precise about it.
Okay, Device has found one. He's going to try and get away here. That smoke at least is going to guise his cross just.
Nice try. NT in the chat. Elian with 4.
And an assist.
And an assist on through the door. All right, well, their cash has balanced out nicely. You will get to see an influential CT AWP. This is the Elian DM we were alluding to.
You don't get these very often, right? The fact that all of them just down the corridor, you don't have to flick the crosshair around. Up and down with that crouch keep. And we do have a CT-sided NIP timeout called here, so just discussing how they want to get this half underway. Still early days, still very, very early days. And only one round in it. I just can't believe, like, I thought coming out of the break, you've got Device in the team. It's a massive signing. You know, the team has everything that they need. The management are talking about how great their process is with the 5th man. They're loving it. You'd think you'd come out and you'd be showing some form, right? You'd be hot to trot. I can't argue if they're going to come out hot or not, but the way that Liquid did last night was an absolute scorcher. Like, Elige and Fallen, it's not the combo I'm expecting. I'm thinking like Elige and Naf. But wild scenes as we're out long again. And look at the faith of Forrester on his teammates' flashes.
Yeah, they better be good. And they were. Look at his pressure. He goes for fights. Very ambitious fights, mind you. It's kind of like they were calling out Device, saying, let's see you hit these shots. Prove to us. Oh, Nickelback catches him on the boost. 2 of them just sitting ducks. And he collects. They are walking up long. A run boost established. Way throwing their teammate and the bomb across, and Nickelback sitting head down, loudly considering a boost. I'm not convinced. Lackey might be in trouble though. Catches the nade. Elian in support. Elian would need to find a multi-kill here, and well, there's the first. The smoke for him to play around. Oh, he's getting flanked. He's aware of it, but not quite enough. Hampus, good timing on the push.
Crazy that NIP recovered that. It really felt like that was a great round from Entropiq there. It all just slowly fell apart. 2 odd kills, manifesting for NIP, working hard for those.
Yeah, Nickelback's double, you just think, right, it's over.
Yeah, boxed them in, right? They had no sight control. Nickelback at this point right here, right? He sees, kills the sight guy, kills the guy boosting up. At that point, there is nobody in the A site. So you think that Entropiq should be able to get enough done with the knowledge of Nickelback's kills to win them the round. So they knew what was coming, they knew what they were dealing with, and, well, it still falls apart. So let one slip just there, did they? Here we go again.
Frustrations do seem to be certainly mounting. But as soon as that happened last time, all it takes is a wild Crad or a wild Nickelback to once again post that double entry, and Bob's your uncle. Smoke exchange, so they'll have to respect that.
Double AWP setup here immediately brought out, right? So they're actually being quite flexible with the positioning of Rez and Device. Rez is actually the one AWPing over towards A right now. Device towards the back of Plat, and he's pretty much on his own here. So we'll return to that if it does look like it will be a B finish. They're walking on this short control.
Yeah, he got crouched under as well, so he's given up the line, given up short.
Ooh, if they go for an A execute here, right, this is going to be difficult for Entropiq. They have lined us over towards Goose. Rez will be baiting him in with his presence from A ramp. Plopsky to lock down long. And Hampus can be the quick man to rotate up the spawn ramp as well. And Device is even pressing forward. They know this is going to be an A finish.
They do, and they've even caught Crad through mid. The one way for Forrester, they just have to not feed the beast here. High flash, turned nicely. Eaten by Linus. That's a bit of a slip-up. May not cost him because Rez is here, and Rez's AWP is connecting. Could be a third, can't quite find them in the flames. But Elian, Nickelback running out of options and running out of time as well. 30 seconds, got to find a way back in. And if anything, only further deterred is all onto Nickelback. Too many heads. And the double AWP is maintained as well. Nip, pull away, 6-5, and it has been relatively even trading throughout. We haven't seen anyone with a large or gargantuan lead. That 3-0 from NIP's pistol immediately equalized. 5-6, NIP pulling away. And looking at the buy, it is going to be a little light for some members of the Entropiq gang.
Okay, so an AK for Nickelback, a scout for Elian. You think a mid to B, oh, nice little tag there. You think a mid to B might be an option here, knowing you are up against double AWP setup, but long again.
There are some AWPers that are particularly in tune with that double doors cross. Oh, ouch. Hampus has been given a very, very stern warning shot. Been allowed to retreat. And they're, oh, Forrester, did he just take a little passing glance? He didn't spot them. They just now have taken full control very early into the piece. This is promising for the Ninjas. They can play a very dynamic CT side with the information they have. And just that deagle from Forrester should have, oh my god, no issues, I guess. Linus down. All of that ground lost.
Kind of begging for that, right? They took this long control. That's what forced NIP to go for that type of play for info. So ready for it now in Entropiq, and they've sold it. It's going to be long. They're actually going to come up short here, so action on Plopsky.
Krad's walking up on this cross as well, yeah, so 3 of them battling for short control. Plopsky's been found, rumbled, and more impact out of Nickelback.
Krad's already across here.
Yeah, he was well ahead of the pack, and element of surprise.
What is this,
blind spot, I love it.
What is this?
He should have them dead to rights here. Like, the round is won, but orbs are going to be lost as well. There's one. Hampus put on the floor. Device holding on to his as best he can. I wonder if they go around the world. Do they have time?
They can. You've got Elian and Forrester going through T-spawn. Device is now trying to flee in that exact direction. They're going to cut him off at the pass here.
Okay, Device does have an...
Oh!
Who is that? Who is responsible for that dink? Make yourself known. Who is doing that?
I'm just going to have a little... Oh, no, I'm not.
Okay. Another big one out of Nickelback, because at that point, it did look like NIP had a voice in the round. He gets caught out, Plopsky on short. It was Elian? No, he finished the job. I think Forrester was the one to hit the dink. That's mad. Wow.
Crazy. Okay, well, it's forced NIP into a force.
Nade off the nostrils. Still takes one. They'd love the org, and Hampus is going to put his whole life on the line. He has to stay now. The Flames have forced him forwards, and now, well, actually,
keep going.
It works wonderfully for Hampus. He's punished Lackey as well. Okay, NIP have been given a real gift here. Courtesy of Hampus and his aggressions. Take some gambles. It's put them in a real opportunity to return with a 7th.
Did he see both?
I'm not sure.
If his keen eyes saw both on the cross there, they can operate under the assumption it's a 2-2 split right now. They can't go for a 3-2, sorry, a 3-1 in confirmation, but they definitely know 2 crossed. If Krad finds Hampus here getting a little bit too aggressive with this org, this round is back on because Nickelback is flirting with long still. Elian is not leaving spawn.
Hampus just wants to win the round on his own, okay? Oh, and that smoke might imply Krad. Funky business! Wasn't expecting that.
Wow. What a move. They can just stroll into the site right now. It's completely clear.
That's a cool move. Mantling through your own Xbox smoke. Oh, and he's actually going to catch it before it fades as well. He's using it again to great success. Krad. Oh, he catches him again. Nice reactions out of Plopsky, but should be round defining. Retake's not going to be easy. Certainly no kit. If they were given the gift of a frag after these flames fade, they'll have a look. Swinging wide, it's on an AWPer, so Elian, I was going to say if he missed a shot, but doesn't seem to be in his repertoire today. 14 already. This is T-side AWPing and it's high impact. He's at the very tippy top of the scoreboard.
Interesting to see NIP taking it to Ancient next. We did see Entropiq pick up a win against Furia yesterday, and Yenko was pointing out the fact that Entropiq and their Ancient, before that fact, wasn't going too well. I believe we checked in with it, it was like 0-5 or something in the last couple of months. So their Ancient not looking hot to trot, but coming into Pro League, if I am this team, Entropiq, I'm spending a lot of time making sure I button up my weaknesses.
Certainly. And also, NIP have made no secret of their preference for Ancient. I mean, they've been one of the first to try and integrate it into their map pick. Most teams who've picked it so far in Pro League have conceded it, admittedly.
It's weird how that's worked out.
I do believe that was, and I think this is, I'm stealing your point from before, but I think that was the case for Vertigo when it was introduced as well. You know, like as it starts, teams that start thinking and picking it get caught out by, you know, a team that aren't willing to pick it, but have definitely had it in the workshop. And ooh, nice lines, clearing it carefully. It's a great CT flash, and it translates into a device USP.
So site is still clear. It is just the two players, Plopsky and Rez, to deal with this cross. And well, now it's just Plopsky. Nickelback, he's enjoying these smoke kills very much so, and he might even get another here because it's starting to fade. The feet are seen, the frag is in, and the final one, well, it's Hampus. He's down towards mid doors, being as pesky as you like with the USP. Alien will greet him with a bullet, and well, 8-6 now. Entropiq looking good here, and I want to make sure we echo the importance of this game if you are an NIP fan. They've lost their opening series, right? Their opening series lost to Liquid. Now, that is one of the other teams who, if you just looked on paper, you would probably go, okay, yeah, this group's going to be Gambit, Liquid, NIP. So they've already had a big loss, or a potentially expected loss. But against Entropiq, who have the Dax out, they are the swing team. They're the swing team. They're the dark horse. You lose to them, it might come back to bite you.
Oh, absolutely. And we've seen how much the head-to-head can come back to bite you. This is round robin after all. FaZe were playing on the last day for first or fourth. I mean, that's as bad as it can get. Every win matters, and NIP with one conceded already. You've got to be making it count. Entropiq making a solid haul on their T side. Plopsky with a solid denial of the bomb. Their project was long. Everyone else is dropping though, so far from a guarantee. That advantage is very short-lived.
What's Plopsky going to do right now?
I don't really know.
Alien from long doors, pressure from Forrester and Crowd over towards A. Plopsky's going to have to hit some bangers of shots on 19 HP here. Alien is creeping. Hampus is not doing a lot. He can't.
Oh,
what a shot that was.
Shot as he's not ready for Alien. Oh, he might be. Tries to adjust use of the Tech 9, engaged. Hampus thrust into a 1 versus 2. And he knows, just from the utility alone, what that implies. He's... Alien's across.
Oh, that's such a good molly.
Yeah, you can't walk up on him at all. Krad's still worried about short.
He knows where it is.
He knows exactly where he is. Oh. Oh, he doesn't quite catch a glimpse of Krad. Now he engages, though. Playing with the AWP. Eileen didn't take a shot and defended nicely. 9 in the bag. Entropiq, there's touching distance of closing out Dust2. We're going to take a quick break and see if NIP's T side will fill us with hope.
Hi guys, so today I will show you how to AWP on the CT side Dust2. Yeah, so let's just get into it, right? Usually your role as an AWPer is in the beginning of the round is helping taking long control, which means you will support your team with flashes, which you either throw in the back when they strafe, or you throw it here in the beginning so they can actually get long control. Those are the two things you kind of start with when you start towards A. And after you gain the long control, you freely move up towards catwalk. Remember to ask your team if the T's can already be here, but the usual peaks are just sitting here, shooting when you get flashed, or dodging the flash peeking out when you hear the T's flash, right? Playing against executes, there's two different things to do. You either play at the slope, or you play towards car, and currently in the meta it's pretty normal to just play around the car, try to get 1 or 2 shots and retake with your team. Most common way is just to get your long player to sneak up close to this wall and throw a flash over here. I'll show you a few spawn picks that are pretty good to do if you get the spawns. Usually if you spawn here towards long, obviously you want to move all the way to long and just peek here in the beginning. Remember to look into the wall when you're running, because then you won't get blind. Then there's one other spawn that I really love. It's when you spawn here, the best spawn towards B. You can instantly smoke and just run here obviously gonna peek towards B. And yeah, just hold this angle if anyone wants to cross. And if you don't see anything, you can just slowly search into upper tunnels and try to kill the opponent lurk. Yeah. I would say that's mainly how I played up on the CT side on Dust2. If you are a mid player though, it's really useful to play around this area when the Ts try to get short control and try to kill them when they have to cross this area by using flashbangs or asking for your team to use flashbangs and just try to get some good angles. That's mainly it, and hope you enjoyed it. So yeah, feel free to use it in a match, guys.
Well, from Device's tutorials to a Device official, he's once again in that NiP jersey and in pursuit of glory. One of the largest and most record-breaking, game-breaking, potentially even team-breaking roster moves. It is, of course, NiP to, or rather Device to NIP, leaving Astralis behind in pursuit of greener pastures and a Stockholm postcode. Let's get this one started. 6 already in the bag for the Ninjas. Couple of flash bongs and a cheeky smoke grenade flying through the sky. Device having a look long. Well,
they've been able to go very aggressive here with Nickelback. It's actually, wow, they're waiting for him as one expect. Oh, it's still favoring NIP here, peppering up towards lower, bit of damage done. Oh, and that's a goosh and a half right there. Alien won't be re-peeking mid.
No, thank you. Forrester confirms that they aren't over-committed to those doors, despite having a little looky-loo. Yeah, and he's got to be careful. No Kevlar, not a fight he's particularly encouraged for.
So it looks like they're heading back towards B here. Now, a couple of nades to work with. They're just going to peek here towards back of plat. This is not a fight you want to take with the Glocks.
Yeah, you'd think the USP has got them set, but they're trying something a bit fruity, a little boost around the corner perhaps. You'd have to have a perfect strafe. Yeah, they do try it. Oh, and trying his luck. Lackey stands to deliver one. They're so mobile, they're so dynamic. It does eventually get one out by Plopsky with some long-range Glock work too. He was only supposed to be good for one, and he's still alive, still taking a lot of space, going for a plant no less, plant for tons as well. It should set up Device for success. Rez as well with an armored P250 playing that big box. If Krad's flank finds nothing, which is not the case, Entropiq will go for this.
There's a kit there, you can see it on the side.
Yeah, they've got a good reason to go for this. Elian's so low, why not use him for info? Krad's doing it all, I guess. It's going to be a Plopsky ace required, an ace clutch, 1v1, Elian low, and he will finish the job. Plopsky steps up for the Ninjas, and he takes a very influential pistol. No armor, no problem.
Said I wanted more out of Plopsky, right? Said we needed to see more from this kid within the team, and that's huge. That is huge right there. Crazy, in the 2 games of play that we have had so far today, we've had 2 Glock aces.
Oh, the second was great onto Forrester, and then he pulls out this. Needed the clean headshot onto Nickelback, 1v3. And after everything, Krad doing everything he possibly could, it just falls foul thanks to one man. Plopsky getting some pats on the back there. You can see he's feeling himself. A shrug of the shoulders, and LNZ opens up with Rez. With their powers combined, they've found a man advantage.
All right, so at least they're getting one here from the grave.
Yeah, but I don't really like the look of that double scout hold. Poor souls.
Yeah, the thing is, if they're given windows right now, if they're not smoked or flashed off and they get... Oh, the timing. Hampus, you got to be careful with this one. That's what we're talking about. The scout, you aim for the head, yeah, it hurts.
Oh, and if you do walk long, you know, that scout's going to be relevant at the very least. Maybe even baiting Forrester in, I wonder.
They have 2
I
smokes.
wonder if they don't check him.
Oh, they're clearing, they're clearing, they're clearing. Oh, he's not looking. The gap, Forrester.
Oh, he's got 2 sitting ducks right in front of him here. Is it on the menu?
Oh,
It's a catastrophe.
Take your kids out of the room.
Sorry about that, everyone. We apologize. Avert your gaze. Ouch. Yeah, okay. Forrester feeling a little hot under the collar after that one.
Yeah, the easiest shots are sometimes the hardest to hit. You know, the pressure on this moment. You get one, you're in a 2v2.
Yeah, and some people even pull out a second there.
Oh, yikes. Well, good round from Linus as well. So Able to course correct right there. Nickelback, I think he knows how close they were to potentially converting that one, and now just down to the pistols here. NIP with both pistols and both conversions.
That's a really
6
important
rounds
point.
for them.
Holy schmoly. And it could be, you know, deceptive in the current scoreline. We'll see when the weapons get back out for the boys of Entropiq. The weapons come back out, obviously, in the next round. There's nothing to be said about this one, right,
No,
Chad?
this one's all good.
Don't have to get excited. There's no threat.
No threat at all, other than in the NIP facility. That's the only threat. Is DEFCON 1 worse than DEFCON 5?
I don't really know how the DEFCONs work.
And what does DEFCON mean? Does it stand for something?
And like, I know there's a red alert, but is there a yellow alert, an amber alert, a yellow? I think
There's definitely amber alerts. We get them when we're in the States on our phones.
On your phone?
Yeah. Like, look out for a
green
black
alert?
Escalade
Oh,
or something.
Wouldn't be an alert if it was green, I suppose.
Well, maybe the green alert is pick up your trash.
Oh, okay, we get like a recycling angle.
Yeah. And a yellow alert is be on the lookout for...
Lightning?
And, well, like, bad guys.
Bad guys.
Because amber alerts, normally when we're in the States, are to do with, like,
yes.
you know, that people have kidnapped children.
Yeah. Like, look out for a Peugeot 106 going 100 miles an hour or something.
Yeah, I feel like a red alert is, hey, there's like a tactical nuke coming in your direction. Or an earthquake.
Okay.
So different levels of severity.
Not... And it's also, of course, a real-time strategy game from the early 2000s.
That is true. That is very true.
I used to play Rise of Nations. That was my poison I picked after my Age of Empires phase.
What do you reckon is the next big RTS game? Do you reckon like StarCraft gets like... StarCraft... Is there a StarCraft 3?
There isn't, is there?
StarCraft 3. Warcraft 3.
Yeah, well, there is no new RTS. I wouldn't be surprised if Riot are cooking up one in the lab, another one of their project letters.
Yeah, they want to do everything, don't
They want to do everything. They've got fighting games.
Yeah, they want to make like they want to bring Furbies back.
Yeah,
and
they're going
stuff.
to do the full Furby adventure,
Yeah.
5v5 tactical shooter.
The Furby mobile phone game.
Mobile phone game.
Nice. Hold up a second.
And Furbies, I think, were specifically coded to like haunt you when they were on low battery and just come alive when you least expect it.
All right, well, we've received from Yanko the DEFCON levels.
Oh, cool. And Devices not found anything on his pot shots. We're into a big one. This is Entropiq's first buy. Let's see if NIP, minus those pistols and conversions, can still be a threat. Elian is a threat. Look at this. Tight line, pulls the trigger instantaneously upon the flash. Does not care for Rez and his team's flashbangs. If he hits this hinge reaction shot, it's not far off.
I wonder if teams are going to start like baiting that with like the hinge smoke drop
Or
and
like
have someone peek out, like out, you know?
Or like a decoy. You just throw the decoy in the hinge.
True.
Boop.
All right, well. Elian gets another chance and almost gets another one flashed.
Lol.
Bodyguarded by Nickelback, and this is 2 kills now in the favor of Entropiq.
I just said lol, sincerely.
Ruffle copter.
Ruffle the Mao. Well, Nickelback smoked off, so at least Device gets to have a look. And they're going to give him something. Gets his frag, and oh no, Linus has got 1-2. Entropiq dropping the ball here, and now they're about to isolate Forrester. He's all alone, no nades, just his M4 to keep him company, and 3 Swedes hungry for his blood.
Oh, he's just going to have to hide here back at the side. He's spotted now.
Oh yeah, and that's the end of that. What a turnaround. This was a 3 versus 5, and more impact, admittedly, out of Linus as well. Should talk about that.
The thing is, like, you can't even fault Entropiq because they tried to do a team-based move.
Yeah.
Right? As they were coming through the doors and Nickelback was pushing spawn, there was a flash. Right? This was something that they were doing as a team. We'll give you the highlights because this will just be a save round now. You might be able to catch what I'm talking about here in a second. So this is how it started. This one went wrong. So the flash comes.
He pulls the trigger.
Right. The flash definitely can't. There you go. So, and this is the thing. Linus is blind as well. So they were doing a team-based play with each other, and it just didn't work.
Yeah, they both got flash killed.
And that's the hard thing, right?
Yeah.
Like what they've done there is teamwork. So it's so hard to be like, oh, Entropiq, what did you do? Like, you actually tried to do something as a squad. So that sucks for them right there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we've casted many games where there just wouldn't have been a flash, and that would have been a dry kill for Device on the B defender, and they just run into B on the isolation. But they actually they did everything right. I understand what you're saying. It's framed perfectly by my fantastic color commentator, and you can see 10-9 as they call the timeout. So that was the first gun round, and NIP have passed the test. So not only the 3-0 conversions in both, They've got themselves the first gun round, and that was at a 3v5 disadvantage, dude.
Yeah, that one could really come back to haunt Entropiq here because they're already doing it the hard way with the situation we're talking about with these pistol losses. So that was a round that feels like it's a must convert with that start to the round. And now they're just going to be limping on in with the saved weaponry. I think the positive we have here is Crad was looking pretty tidy in that first half, and Elian AWP was looking scary. So if you have a move right now, Nickelback, that you want to call for your team, if you have a little place to set up your AWP for a frag or two, this is the moment. Util, Kevlar, some upgrades, a chance. Entropiq will get across with 2. It's going to be Lackey and Elian. Now, Elian has to be aggressive towards the doors here. That smoke that he's actually thrown on through gives him a chance to play around without the Xbox being a question right now, but it does have a timer.
Yeah, this is kind of cool. Bit nerdy from Elian, and he's got the support of Nickelback, as he seems to be someone to be. Leaving only Nickelback's Deeg responsible for doors. If they start dumping Util, which they are, Rez clears out close doors. Crad starts his campaign up short. 2 ninjas mantle up. Forrester flashed forward. He's going for this. Rez gobbles up the flash. He does take the frag. That's a solid delivery from the Entropiq aggress. Chill your beans here, Nickelback. He's allowed to get away, and they are starting to accelerate. Pedal to the metal. Straight into A. No one to receive. Crad could do something here, and he's missed his opportunity. Plopski quite the contrary. It's Nickelback's Deeg that gives us something to talk about, and I do fear these CTs will have very little impact without another one out of Nickelback. They have to go for it now. Surely Elian is at least getting interested. Mantle's up short to contest.
There's a kit again on Crad's body. There's still a chance.
There's a small chance. It's long side. Lackey would need to hit something with his P250. Plopski prime position, pre-aim, and jiggles him a little.
Needed that. This should be a save now.
And Elian will just stick around for a second longer, take a pot shot, have another go. That will be it.
Is he really giving this a go?
That's more than enough out of Elian. He does have cash to buy another, but no bonus weapons to be carried on over.
Again, I want to continue to sing the praises of Plopski here. 23 kills for him now. He's 10 kills above anybody else on his team. And that was just as I was saying that we need more from him.
Great shots out of Nickelback.
Yeah, it felt like he kept them in consideration for that round. Now, Elian has been able to get the AWP out. Lackey 2, so 2 AWPs. Is that the answer to these CT side of woes for Entropiq here? Back towards long.
Oh, very aggressive for an AWP. Going for the blue bit, but now he could be in trouble. Plopski tries to bail him out, but the flames have caught him. Nade onto Device's nose, a pre-fire from Nickelback. He knows he's isolated the AWP here. There should be no way out. Evades the flash. Device allowed a little bit of room to breathe. And he's lost a teammate in the process. What's happened to the ninjas here?
Yeah, just stalled it out at long, the head-to-head.
Oh, very good find. He actually caught an AWP bullet through the door for that price, and it only really renders him 1.
Yeah, at this point here, it is difficult to see Device winning a round on 24 HP. I know that they won a 3-on-5 before. This is a completely different kettle of fish.
My low HP clutch expectations have been a little uprooted ever since I casted Perfecto.
Yeah.
So I've seen it happen. I've witnessed it firsthand. Unfortunately, looks like Device might be reminding us of how it typically goes.
Hello.
Are you brave enough for a knife in the 3v1?
I wouldn't. Not against Device. I would just shoot him. Yeah, just get it done. Just don't take any of those risks. Pick up that AWP. Get 2 for your troubles. Keep the double AWP setup alive. And now, well, only 1 round in it. So a chance here for Entropiq to break the bank of NIP, who are investing AK's utility, their loss bonus 1900 into the next. It's going to put them in that cusp position for a few of their members. Plopski being the one who will have enough to buy regardless of the outcome of this round. The rest will all be operating somewhere between the 2 and 3K marks. So important round. You can see Device, he has the AWP out. Hampus is yet to buy. Plopski can drop him an AK here. Has he already dropped him an AK? Let me go check out the spawn. Oh, we're in the spawn too. There is already a gun on the ground, so don't you worry about that. There's already a bloody gun on the ground. We're looking good. We're looking great.
Looking set.
Like a jelly.
Have you made jelly before?
I have.
Yeah.
Quite
What's
the
your
process.
preference? You a raspberry man?
I like an orange jelly.
An orange jelly?
Or a red. Well, the red, yeah, the raspberry,
I
the
don't
red.
know. For some reason, I feel like orange is like the vanilla of the flavors world in that respect.
Right.
You know?
What about green?
As a color?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, as a jelly. Yeah, no complaints about green.
Did you have aeroplane jelly or was that an Aussie exclusive?
Was it shaped like an aeroplane?
I love aeroplane jelly.
And that, ladies and gentlemen,
Aeroplane jelly for me.
is the power of a jingle. Our brains, though mighty complex and elaborate and capable of, you know, inventing things like Bluetooth, is also capable of getting songs stuck in your head when they are easy to sing.
Oh,
there you are.
Lord.
Now, you couldn't really ask for more if you're NIP. This is the dream start. You've had a timeout, you've got your full buy, you've made the call out of spawn, and you've taken down the Star Orper. That's like 3 ticks in the box already, Chad. They just have to pull the 12th out of the hat now.
Smoke denied. Time now. Going to be siphoned off the clock a bit here. NIP not rushing the issue, even with all those green ticks. The green lights are on.
He wants a little circle strafe or just a little boost? Okay.
The elevation over the smoke is... If Nickelback actually goes for a play off Krad's flash here, what does Krad have lined up?
Full flash.
Oh.
And at least they're safe, I suppose. Molotov down. Now, if he wanted to swing, he could have. Forces NIP back.
Linus, yeah, I think we're about to just say the same thing. Linus thought he's owning up and down with the bomb. Be careful, Linus.
Yeah, he's backing away now, and Device's patience looks to be rewarded here. If Krad goes for a little glance about the short side of the map, Device is in a prime position. Oh, the flash is there. He's safe. Lives on. Good reaction out of Device, managing his angles well, and looks like they are ready to full commit to this. A mid to B. It worked before. Krad wants to delay, and he does manage to take one with him. It's Forrester. Oh, unable to finish onto Rez, and the rest is onto Lackey and Nickelback, completely disconnected from the pack. Call it 12.
Yeah, and a great round there from NIP. Well handled off every bit of information. Again, I want to point out, every time you saw Entropiq go for an info play just there, it was with a flash, right? The short play with a flash. Krad picking mid doors with a flash. Like, they're doing a lot of teamwork-based things here, and that's what you want to see. I know it doesn't seem like big details, guys, but you watch some of these games, guys are just walking out dry, and they're getting punished for it.
And it leads us to have these expectations where I'm watching these POVs, expecting dry peaks all day of the week. Far from it. And in fact, there is a bit of a hunt here. I wonder if Device is going to get boosted up, and he will be able to have that elevated peak into the pit from this box position. Nickelback can't get to it in time. So there it goes. That's a proper denial. Elian would have to go glass cannon now.
Well, I think he may, right? I think he's the type of AWPer that we would expect that type of maneuver out of. But maybe it's less of a question of do they want to get the glass cannon on him this round, or if they just want to take a bit of a save here, because next round they will get the max loss bonus and everybody will have everything they need. The scoreline will only be sitting at 13-10. And try and get as much as you can out of this AK-47 on Nickelback, and you can do some upgraded deagles here, right? You definitely can do some upgraded deagles. So, NIP just pulling ahead.
How many rounds is that? 60 rounds from NIP so far, and they've kept Entropiq to 1.
This is the thing, and this is the thing that, like, if you're not winning any pistols, right? And then after the game, you're like, well, if we just won a pistol. But yeah, it's like, yeah, if you had just won a pistol, right? Like, I know, they're not as impactful as they used to be, but they're definitely as impactful if you win the pistol, win the second, get the freebie conversion as the third. That's when they're just as impactful.
They are just as impactful when the conversions are found, absolutely. But the whole idea is that those second rounds are just so much further from a guarantee now. For NIP, they have been, and they've been relying on those.
Oh, they forced.
The gap.
They forced. They didn't save.
Yeah, that's an all-in maneuver.
Yep. Well, I feel that the Pyjamas could be enough, but Elliot needs to hit shots.
No flash this time.
Yeah, the util definitely going to be hampering them in some of the maneuvers, so it might need to be a bit more ballsy, but not another mid to be.
Yeah, they're trying their luck, and Nickelback will spray as best he can. He's doing everything he can to delay them. The nade is good, the damage is there. A boost would be fantastic. You'll be able to catch anyone trying their luck. Lackey, what the hell? Pushing through. Plopsky can't believe his luck and collects. And they're pushing into B. Linus is going for a clear here, and down goes Forrester. The bomb is loose, courtesy of that push from Nickelback. But unfortunately, his team disconnected. Maybe there's more to be played.
They're low. Two of them very low here.
Yeah, and Krad's been looking fierce. He's just scooped up a flash and a kit as well. We saw what he could do on the pistol round with his tunnels push. And yep, just before I finish my sentence, they're off to long.
When NIP can try and take away a couple of guns again here, few of their members with more than enough money to work with. I don't think there's too many concerns waiting in the wings for them either. Hampus with the round win bonus and Rez the same will be able to buy no dramas. So if you wanted to hunt, you could, but I think the low HP will keep them planted over towards this B bomb site. And at this point, I think it's NIP's game to lose, right? There's been a clear disparity in how these T rounds have played out. NIP with the control, they have no dramas. It seems like the mid to B is like an emergency button that if they go, oh, well, the AWP's here, let's just go mid to B. Being able to pip that gap time and time again. And that's real problems, right? Now that that is a thought for Entropiq for the rest of the game, if we just see NIP go balls to the wall with a fast ace split all out long, maybe we see Entropiq going for more of a 2-1-2 setup with 2 players B, 1 player mid, and only 2 players over towards A, and they just get steamrolled. They've gone for the buy again. The max loss bonus in place, some guns dropped across, and here we go one more time.
Device, very aggressive, and it's been rewarded. Tags up Lackey, full flash, and Krad has pulled a double out along. NIP take that as a threat. They opt to return and have nothing to report. That's going to be info in itself. But in the meantime, the CTs are going to be looking elsewhere.
Not another 3v5 that they could lose. Here we go.
They could, you know. This is the best chance they've been given in some time, especially so early. And last time it was robbed. Good mid to B action out on NIP. And careful, Krad is playing with fire on the jiggle, jumps for info, catches an AWP bullet, but lives on. Tucked into Gandalf, and with, well, 60, make it 70 seconds, you are going to have plenty of time to play this one out. CTs have dropped the divider smoke, something to play around at the very least.
Good nade, good chunk of damage there. That levels the playing field a bit here.
Yeah, Forrester's on the reload. They will start to cross in. Everyone's here. Everyone is here. Entropiq should have this one dead to rights. They're not going to rush the plant. They don't need to. They've got to find some frags first. It's Nickelback that denies, and only Device is a threat. He gets info, knows there's one Gandalf. Linus with the hold. If he gets it down, play on. Device with it all to do, and a missed shot out of Elian results in his death. It's falling apart, not the 3v5. Entropiq have found another, but Device is looking fierce. Gets all but one. Krad does one better, saves the day for his squad. He started with the double, he ends with the necessary compulsory single. And 11th is posted, their second CT round, despite Device's best efforts.
That was labored though, wasn't it? Absolutely labored stuff there. It felt like they're in the driver's seat after the double kill. Sure, you had the early tags. Check this one out. So blind through the smoke, holds the trigger down, gets 2 kills. Beautiful stuff. Device does this. He'd already done so much damage earlier within the rounds. Elian with a bit of a miss that I think is what made this as spicy as it really could have been. And Krad keeping it calm, keeping it cool.
Yeah, you need a player like Krad in your team, really. A cool head on his shoulders.
Oh!
Wow.
Not happy with that one.
Yeah.
Bit unhappy with things there.
Tech timeout, guys. Our monitor's actually completely busted.
Yeah. Well, I was going to comment before that I like that camera angle because we see so much.
You do? Yeah, it's really a really cool angle, actually.
But legitimately, we do have a technical timeout, so you guys can speculate as to why that might be the case.
Yeah, I have nothing more to say. Just need to quickly get a new monitor.
I did, once upon a time, to tell a story.
Oh, really?
Now, this wasn't
That's how they typically start.
Yeah, this wasn't while I was competing at a LAN event. This was just in my bedroom. And we were playing some Counter-Strike. And I got very frustrated, and I punched my second monitor. So not the monitor I was gaming on. I would never punch a Zowie.
That would be too irresponsible.
I would stay away from that. But the other one, I think I broke the stand.
You did?
But then I just, like, gaffer taped back together, and it was all right. Yeah. So, you know, it all worked out. It all worked out.
I remember showing up to LAN with, you know, back in my broke student days with a headset that I would sellotaped together because I'd thrown it in such madness prior to LAN.
Yeah.
that I ended up having kind of a sellotaped headset, gaffer tape, like bright yellow tape over the ears. The right ear cup got a bit dodgy, like I couldn't hear all the sounds in my right ear cup. Yeah.
So
7th and 8th finish.
How did this? I was going to say, you probably missed a couple of footsteps, didn't you?
I certainly did, but my teammates kicking out the power lead didn't help. Let's get this one started. It's a crucial one. Frustrations mounting after a near hero play from Device. Maybe that will boil over into something more substantial for Entropiq.
Just a classic mid-doors smoke there, so no Xbox smoke, no hinge smoke. A little bit of a curve throw in the flash there. They think they're playing with Phoenix right now in the server. That's for all you Valorante fans out there.
Sounds like a delicate pasta dish.
Quite delicious.
Here we have the Valorante with a side of Phoenix. Forrester. Here's the pins. He's blocking them. He's acting like a doorstop. Somebody find him, and oh dear, he found them both. In fact, the site is theirs. Molotov cancels the plant at the very least. A different plant alternately found.
Yeah, this one should be done, right? Like, Crad almost going to have a look. He could have found Device, who was just waiting on the precipice of those tunnels right there, but the B bomb site, you know the people who have their handwriting, Alex, and maybe they'll leave like a gap in the B? That's kind of what the B bomb site from Entropiq looks like. You know, there's a bit of a gap. Yeah. They haven't completely closed up their B, because the mid to B, the B pops, the locks, the breakdancing. What else are they doing out there? Either way, 14. The scores will read. Entropiq will be dropping some guns across for another round of play. Elian can drop a rifle. Crad can do the same.
I was just reading through the DEF CON levels Yenko sent through.
Yeah, there's quite a few of them.
There's a lot of them.
I reckon
normal is interesting.
What do you think we're at right now if you're Entropiq?
DEF CON 3 minimum.
Yeah, I think so too.
Maximum Air Force, and we've got about 15 minutes until they mobilize.
Yeah, yeah, and that's pretty accurate right now. So Hooch and his team, they need to scrap this one together right here, right now.
It has to be now. Let's see. Device and Rez with the bomb dispatched early to B. Maybe they'll have the AWP at least having a little look, right? If he doesn't get smoked off, which he has been. Nickelback's
the pistol round push.
Yeah, but look at Hampus. He is truly positioned in a way to strike when the cheesy ball play comes out. And Nickelback booked. In the meantime, they did lose one.
Just go B again. Just do a mid to B again. You win the round. You can almost guarantee it at this point.
Yeah, Lackey's been having
a fair
share of woes, and it looks like it may continue. Close smoke, trajectory indicative of someone on the bricks.
See, the problem there is as well, Device has just called they've used both smokes on B. So now all you do is you just sit and you wait until this smoke is about to fade. You throw a door smoke of your own, you throw in a couple of flashes, you trade efficiently, you get to the site. They don't have a smoke for tunnels, right? At best, they could have a Molotov, which Forrester does have. If you can milk out the molly before you go, that would be the best. And they have. You can see how scared they are of this B hit. And Hampus is still just strolling around mid like he owns the place.
Yeah, and oh, Lucky. Lucky goes looking. He's dead, man. He's booked. He's got 9 HP. Cowering in the corner. He does step up when required. And those are the frags NIP were fearing. Hampus hears a lot here. Elian, oh, eliminated with a quick one. Hampus could save NIP's hide. If he can deal with this Crad flank, he clears his corners. Crad's too quick. Puts it all onto Device. Dire situation for him. He just doesn't have the time for this. Fakes it out, tries to tap some heads, and the first is found in a very hard spray. Ambitious, to say the least, and 12th put on the board for Entropiq.
Okay. Well, they've been able to claw themselves back into a decent position right now, Entropiq. The loss bonus, as you would imagine, needs to start at the bottom of the barrel for NIP. We're working at their economy right now, so just live in the minds of Entropiq for a second. They win this one, and they're actually going to be putting NIP, if there's no saves, if there's no plan, in quite a sticky position here to contest to avoid 14-14. So here we go, an important round now. This Device is aggressive down mid. The AWP searching and finds a frag. Elian hits the deck, and things really going to heat up now.
Oh, and he's got a good bit of info at the very least.
Back to B.
Forrester's crossed.
Oh, is he going to clear close? He might not expect this. Yeah, he's definitely not expecting this. Have to hit this. Lucky, there was a chance.
Real opportunity's gone awry. Lucky's had a tough series so far. Crad being walked upon. Oh, and he chooses to spray. The Tracer Fire books him. And the bodies are starting to drop for Entropiq. It looks too easy for the Ninjas. There'll be nothing left. Forrester just to hold on to the AWP, call it 15.
Oh, and just Ancient up next, Alex. I don't think I can point it out enough. I know that we had the Furia game yesterday and Entropiq did get the win on it, but Ancient's not going to be a walk in the park.
Do you ever, like, Google the definition of a word?
All the time.
And then it just makes you realize how stupid you are in, like, the grand scheme of things. Like, there's so many words in here that I just couldn't define. Like, I Googled Entropiq, and it's a cosmology term relating to or characterized by entropy, a hypothetical tendency for the universe to attain a state of maximum homogeneity. As entropy grows, the system loses dynamism, to the point that a perfectly entropic universe would be a smooth and inert field of matter, don't you think?
Of course.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Good God. It's just some people process life differently. To me, that sentence made sense to some people.
For me, it's just a bunch of words.
It is. Homogeneity. I know what that means.
Oh, this could be the last round here, and it is looking likely. Alien does get the AWP for one final ride.
MP9 to hold the long doors at bay. Don't fancy his chances. Crad does, though. And one is a good, two is better. He might even have a third here. Plopsky finally throws the bullet down range in the right place.
29 for Plopsky now. What a game.
Yeah, he's continuing to be the best from the Ninjas stack. And walking into short here with back to turn. Nickelback strikes. Wasn't expecting another. Bit of a role reversal here, and the CTs are still hitting their shots. Elian Zorb says extend play, and it's up to Plopsky to finish the game right here, right now. 4 kills demanded of him in this round, and he doesn't get across. Lackey hits the must hit. And so we do extend play, courtesy again of Crad. The dude seems to be one of the most impactful fraggers we've seen out of Entropiq, certainly here on Dust2.
Yeah, he's been something else. Now, I think here, if we're NIP, maybe we just return to that B bomb site where you found a fair, decent amount of success with the mid to Bs, especially. Lackey getting his 8th kill there, but it's an important one to find. They're able to save an AWP, save an AK, get the buy scrambled together in NIP. Well, it's not that they're conceding the 14th round for Entropiq here, it's just they're not going all in. They are returning towards the B bomb site. They have a flash and a smoke, and if Forrester doesn't get more than a kill here, problems.
Forrester called upon, bit premature.
That's
oh
not
dear.
enough. It's just not enough.
Yeah, and Elian could be in trouble here. I mean, he's trying to do it all. You can see he's so proactive. He needs to find something to level the odds. A frag isn't bad. The nade could be better. Bomb planted. NIP have even got Plopsky on an AK now. So if he, I mean, he could do it all. He really could. Trying to finish it on a light buy. They have to voice concerns. They have to go for the retake. They've got to put all their resources into this. If Plopsky gets to tap another head. Oh, info at the V. Least strafe south. Pyjamas is good, and looks like so is the clutch. They'll come up clutch with a released last round of regulation.
They do it the hard way, though, don't they?
Oh, God, dude, I'm convinced it's going to end every second.
It's just this B bomb site. Forrester, I don't know how many kills he's had in this second half, but it can't be many. He's either been left on his own to deal with mid to Bs and B tunnel pops, or he's just been exploded on. And here, not even a single kill makes this one questionable out the gates. But it is lack of armor. Oh, almost fall off my box there for a second. Sorry, everybody.
Scared me there.
It's like device with the monitor situation. Okay.
Can't really get much closer than that. Last round. Let's see if there's any openings on that door's cross. Couple of shots fired. Looks like Lackey and Elian do want to continue to contest this. Question of timing. When does Elian have a glance? Or is he only there for the hidden smoke react? A little bit of a sound cue to stay alert. Smoke thrown. Shot not hit. And now they're up.
So need to be careful here, Lackey. They know two closed doors now, and you're almost giving away your life. The tracers through the smoke.
He's got so much util as well. You got to dump that. Get some value out of it.
Oh, Nickelback as well. This is going to get so spicy.
Just on the edge of the corner. He hasn't succumbed to the temptation. Crad could flash him. Oh, and he has. Doesn't stop res, though. And now Crad really does have to do it all again. Multiple people, and the fact he's stuck around means he knows and he intends to find an equalizing frag here and now.
Elian's about to flash for him.
3 NIP members there. Lineup from Elian is good. NIP swallow it. Good chance from Crad, and he's done enough. Gets the equalizer, now responsible for the mid to be as well. He's doing it all. Go on, Crad. Forward in the off angle, back to turn. He wants overtime so damn much, but NIP are flooding into Lackey's position. And don't forget, he's already tagged. Elian would be thrust into a clutch if Lackey doesn't do enough. He has found the first, but now he has to do it all to extend play 15 seconds. The commonly exploited B site hinging on Lackey and his 4 HP. The bomb loose, they just need this kill. They just need this kill, both through the door, trying to manage his angles, that's enough. 16 for the Ninjas, they take away Entropiq's pick by the skin of their